Have you ever paused for a moment and truly asked yourself, what does it mean to take care of myself well in this stage of life? Not just making it through the day, but feeling strong in your body, steady in your thoughts, and calm in your heart. As we age, self-care can feel more complicated. The routines change. Our bodies move differently, and sometimes we wake up already tired. But what if I told you that taking care of yourself doesn't have to be overwhelming or expensive? That maybe the most powerful form of self-care comes from small, consistent choices done with love, not pressure. In this video, we'll walk through 7 simple habits that can gently shape your days for the better. They're not vague suggestions. They're the quiet, proven routines that many joyful, healthy seniors live by every single day. From how you move, to how you sleep, from how you eat, to how you care for your emotions, these habits speak to the whole person, not just the body. And by the end, I hope you'll feel inspired to care not only for your health, but for your peace of mind, your dignity, and your joy. If that sounds like something you're ready to explore, then stay with me. And if you're curious to let me know, comment 1 below if this resonates with you so far, or 0 if you're still unsure but willing to listen. Let's begin. Number 1, daily physical movement. One of the most important things you can do as you age is to keep your body in motion, no matter how big or small the movement may be. It doesn't have to be 5 miles of walking or a full workout at the gym. It simply has to be something you do daily. Something that fits your ability, your energy level, and your lifestyle. For many older adults, this might mean a quiet walk down the driveway, a few light stretches in the morning sun, or practicing balance by standing on 1 foot while brushing your teeth. What matters most isn't intensity, it's consistency. When movement stops, the body begins to decline quickly. Muscles weaken, joints stiffen, circulation slows. Even your mood and digestion can be affected. But when you continue to move even gently, you remind your body that you're still here, still engaged, still alive. Let me tell you about Harold, a 76-year-old retired factory worker from Oregon. Every day, without fail, he walks to his mailbox and back. He says he does it not for fitness, but for rhythm, for the quiet sense of purpose it gives him at the start of each day. It's his way of saying, I'm still going, and you know what? That matters. Your body may not move like it did decades ago, but it still craves activity. A little motion each day helps restore strength, improve balance, and protect your independence. Whether it's reaching up to a shelf, circling the garden, or standing and sitting with intention, every movement counts. Over time, these small actions build resilience, stability, and dignity. Number 2, a simple, nourishing eating routine. As we grow older, one of the kindest things we can do for ourselves is to follow a gentle, reliable eating routine. It doesn't need to follow the latest trends or promise miracle results. It simply needs to help your body feel good day after day. You've likely seen diets that promise more energy, youthfulness, or rapid weight loss. But for most seniors, eating well is not about numbers on a scale. It's about feeling steady, comfortable, and clear-headed. It's about supporting your digestion, maintaining your strength, and giving your body what it needs to function smoothly. And here's the truth, this kind of eating isn't complicated at all. In fact, the simpler your meals are, the better your body responds. Fresh vegetables, clean proteins, whole grains, healthy fats. Real food that's easy to recognize and gentle on your system. No guesswork, no special rules, and no expensive ingredients. Many older adults feel best when their meals are predictable. The body likes rhythm, a familiar breakfast, a light lunch, and a warm dinner can bring peace not only to your stomach but also to your mind. And don't forget hydration. As we age, our natural thirst often fades, but staying hydrated keeps your memory sharp, your joints loose, and your organs working well. Take Edith, for example, an 81-year-old from New Mexico. Every morning, she starts her day with a small bowl of oatmeal, banana slices, and a cup of warm chamomile tea. She says it may sound plain, but it grounds her. She never has to overthink what to eat, and her digestion runs like clockwork. That simple routine gives her stability. Eating well in older age doesn't mean saying goodbye to joy. You can still enjoy your favorite treats now and then, but let the core of your meals be nourishing, calming, and predictable. That's what your body appreciates most. If you found this helpful so far, I'd love to know. Type 2 in the comments if this speaks to you. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to this channel and turn on the bell icon so you won't miss the rest of this series. Your support helps us keep creating these gentle, helpful reminders just for you. Number 3, regular sleep schedule. As we age, one of the simplest yet most powerful gifts we can give ourselves is the structure of consistent sleep. This doesn't mean sleeping more hours, but sleeping more intentionally. Going to bed and waking up at the same time each day, even if there's no schedule to follow, can reshape your energy, clarity, and emotional balance. For many older adults, sleep becomes more unpredictable with time. What once came naturally may now take more care and attention, but your body still craves rhythm. When you align your sleep with a predictable pattern, you're supporting your brain's internal clock, what scientists call your circadian rhythm. And when that internal clock is in sync, everything functions better. Your mood stabilizes. Your digestion flows more smoothly. Your memory sharpens. And even your immune system becomes stronger. It's not about how long you sleep. It's about how well you sleep and how consistently. Poor sleep doesn't always show up in obvious ways. It might look like waking up too often at night, feeling foggy in the morning, or dozing off during the day. These aren't signs of aging. They're signs that your sleep cycle is out of step. The good news is, it's never too late to reset that cycle gently. Start with small habits that let your body know when it's time to rest. Begin dimming the lights about an hour before bed. Turn off bright screens and avoid heavy meals late in the evening. Replace stimulation with soothing rituals like light stretching, quiet reading, or simply sitting in silence with a warm drink. These cues help your nervous system wind down without forcing it. But healthy sleep starts during the day. 2. Expose yourself to natural morning light. Move your body, even lightly. And if you nap, keep it short and early. These daytime behaviors teach your body to distinguish day from night, and that builds deeper, more refreshing rest. Let's take Lewis, a 8-year-old retired carpenter from Minnesota. He used to stay up past midnight watching late-night shows and would sleep in whenever he felt tired. But he often woke up groggy and couldn't focus. Eventually, he made a small commitment: lights out by 9:30. Wake up at 6:00 every day, no matter what. Within a week, his mind felt clearer, his mood improved, and mornings became something he looked forward to again. He didn't change his entire lifestyle. He simply gave his body permission to follow a rhythm, and his body thanked him for it. There's a quiet comfort in knowing when your day starts and when it gently comes to a close. In a world full of uncertainty, this small structure becomes an anchor, offering stability, peace, and a greater sense of control. If your sleep feels off balance, begin with just 10 minutes earlier tonight. Sometimes, a tiny shift opens the door to a much better tomorrow. Number 4, emotional well-being. As we grow older, it becomes easy to focus on the things we can measure: blood pressure, medication schedules, doctor visits. But one of the most powerful parts of our health cannot be seen on a chart: our emotions. Your emotional well-being, the way you feel on the inside, the calmness in your heart, the sense of connection you hold with others affects every part of how you live. It shapes your decisions, your energy, and even your ability to heal. Growing older comes with emotional challenges that are often invisible to others. Close friends pass away. Family members become occupied with their own lives. Energy levels shift. And if we're not mindful, loneliness or unspoken worries can slowly grow roots inside us. But here's the encouraging truth. You have more influence over your emotional health than you may think. The first step is awareness. Simply asking yourself each day, how am I feeling right now, can open a door toward greater emotional balance. Seniors who remain emotionally resilient often have a few gentle habits that protect their inner peace. Some keep a short daily journal. Others say a quiet prayer or listen to calming music. Many make time for a quick phone call with someone they trust. These aren't grand gestures, they're small daily choices that keep the heart open. And most importantly, they allow themselves to feel not just the pleasant feelings, but sadness, grief, even anger without judgment, because being emotionally alive means being fully human. Let's meet Marlene, an 83-year-old retired librarian from Vermont. Every morning before breakfast, she sits with a cup of tea and asks herself, what emotion is visiting me today? Sometimes it's a gentle joy. Sometimes it's longing or fatigue. She jots it down in a small notebook, no more than a sentence. She says it helps her feel honest, rooted, and more accepting of whatever the day brings. She doesn't do this as therapy. She does it as a way of being present with herself, of showing kindness to the parts of her that no one else sees. Emotional care also means knowing when to ask for support, whether it's talking with a good friend, joining a support group, or speaking with a counselor. Reaching out isn't a weakness. It's wisdom. It's the recognition that your inner world deserves just as much care as your physical body. Research shows that older adults who tend to their emotional health experience faster recovery from illness, better sleep, and greater life satisfaction even during physically difficult times. So if you've been holding in your emotions or brushing them aside, consider this your invitation to start gently. Talk, write, reflect, feel, and if this message resonates with you, I invite you to type 4 in the comments. If you haven't already, please subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you can continue receiving helpful and compassionate guidance designed just for you. Number 5. Hygiene and grooming. Taking perfect care of yourself in later life goes beyond diet, sleep, and movement. It also includes how you present yourself to the world, and perhaps more importantly, how you see yourself in the mirror. Maintaining hygiene and grooming routines might seem like small matters, but they carry profound meaning. Cleanliness, neat clothes, a combed head of hair, trimmed nails, these are not acts of vanity. They are acts of dignity. They send a message, both to you and those around you, that you're still engaged with life and that you still value your presence. As we age, simple tasks like bathing or brushing our teeth can become more challenging. You may find that stiff joints or limited mobility make it harder to reach, grip, or finish routines that once felt effortless. But those who continue to prioritize personal care often find ways to adapt, whether it's investing in a long-handled brush, using a shower chair, or asking a family member for help with nail care. The intention behind it remains the same: to preserve self-respect and a sense of identity. Let me tell you about Harold, a 77-year-old widower living in Oregon. Every morning, Harold follows the same ritual. He washes his face, combs his thinning hair, and puts on his favorite soft flannel shirt. Even if he's not going anywhere, he says it helps him feel prepared for the day. Like he's not just waiting for life to happen, but choosing to meet it on his own terms. That small routine, he says, keeps his mood steady and reminds him that he's still very much alive and part of the world. People notice these details more than we realize. When an older adult takes the time to care for their appearance, it changes the way others respond. There's an unspoken level of respect, a silent recognition that says, this person still shows up for themselves. Grooming can also bring a quiet sense of joy. Putting on a shirt that makes you feel good, dabbing on a bit of lotion or perfume, or getting a haircut you like. These are gentle affirmations that you are still worth caring for. They help break monotony, uplift your mood, and reestablish a connection between your body and your spirit. When you care for your hygiene and appearance, you're doing more than checking off a task. You're making a statement, one that says you still deserve to feel good, to feel seen, and to carry pride in who you are. Because growing older doesn't mean letting go of yourself. It means learning to honor who you are in new ways, every single day. Number 6, stimulating your mind every day. Caring for yourself perfectly in your later years goes beyond physical health. It also includes keeping your mind engaged, alert, and full of life. Just like muscles grow stronger with use, your brain thrives when challenged consistently. While many believe aging naturally leads to mental decline, the truth is far more empowering. Many older adults continue to learn, grow, and think clearly well into their 80s and beyond. And the difference is rarely luck, it's intention. The most mentally vibrant seniors make it a habit to stimulate their minds daily in ways that feel enjoyable, natural, and sustainable. This doesn't mean solving complex math problems or going back to school. Simple, meaningful activities often make the biggest impact, whether it's reading a thoughtful article, writing a journal entry, playing a puzzle game, or simply having a deep conversation. Each of these actions is a workout for your brain. Daily mental engagement helps strengthen your memory, sharpen your focus, and enhance your decision-making skills. More than that, it reinforces your sense of purpose. Seniors who regularly challenge their minds often report feeling more useful, more alive, and more connected to themselves and the world around them. It can elevate your mood, protect against depression, and help guard your brain from cognitive decline. Let's take Clarence, a 74-year-old former mechanic from Illinois. Every morning, he spends 20 minutes watching online tutorials about world history, a subject he never had time to explore in his younger years. He keeps a small notebook to jot down what he learns, and once a week, he discusses a topic with his niece over the phone. Clarence says it gives him something to look forward to and keeps his thinking sharp. It's a routine that doesn't just pass time, it enriches it. The key is not perfection, but consistency. Mental stimulation works best when it's woven into your daily rhythm. You don't need to reinvent yourself, you just need to stay curious. Curiosity opens the door to mental flexibility, which helps you adjust to changes in life with grace rather than fear. So if you're already engaging your brain with books, games, or learning, keep going. And if you've fallen out of practice, start small. Pick up something new to read. Challenge yourself with a brain teaser. Or ask a friend to teach you something they enjoy. And if you've made it this far into the video, I'd love to know, does this kind of mental habit resonate with you? Drop a simple number 6 in the comments to let me know you're still here. And if you haven't already, hit subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss a new video filled with insights just for you. Because growing older doesn't mean your brain stops growing. It means you now get to feed it with the richness of your experience and the joy of lifelong learning on your terms. Number 7, asking for help without shame. The final, and perhaps most overlooked, part of truly caring for yourself in your later years is learning how to ask for help without guilt, embarrassment, or a sense of failure. For many older adults, independence is deeply woven into their identity. It is not just about doing things on their own, it is about pride, self-worth, and believing they should manage life without leaning on others. But aging with grace does not mean doing everything alone. It means knowing what you can handle, recognizing what you cannot, and choosing to allow others to walk beside you when it makes life safer or more peaceful. Asking for support is not a sign of weakness. It is actually an act of wisdom and strength. It shows that you understand your own limits and are courageous enough to act before small issues become big challenges. Help can come in many forms: asking someone to carry groceries, calling a neighbor for a quick favor, or sharing your feelings with someone when your heart feels heavy. These moments may seem small, but together, they build a strong foundation of stability, safety, and emotional well-being. Those who age most successfully often share one thing in common. They've made peace with the idea that no one is meant to go through life completely alone. They understand that accepting help does not mean giving up control. In fact, it often allows you to preserve your independence in the areas that matter most, while letting others support you where needed. There is also something deeply healing in letting others be there for you. When you ask for help, you give people a chance to show they care. You invite connection, trust, and often a deeper bond than you expected. Take George, an 84-year-old widower from Oregon. For years, he prided himself on mowing his own lawn. But one summer, after pulling a muscle, he reluctantly asked his teenage neighbor to help. That one request turned into a weekly ritual. They would chat, share stories, and soon, a beautiful friendship grew between them. George says he no longer feels like he's just getting by. He feels like he's part of something bigger than himself. That is the power of asking for help. It does not diminish your strength. It enhances your life. When you open the door to support, you make space for joy, connection, and peace of mind. You allow yourself to direct your energy toward what truly matters: your health, your happiness, and your relationships. So if you have been holding back out of pride or fear, let this be your gentle reminder: you do not have to do it all alone. And asking for help might just be one of the greatest gifts you give yourself. As we wrap up today's journey together, I invite you to pause for just a moment and truly reflect on everything we've explored. We've walked through 7 simple yet powerful practices for honoring your well-being in later life, not through chasing perfection, but by choosing daily acts of kindness toward yourself. Ask yourself, which of these habits gently stirred something inside you? Was it the grounding calm of a morning walk, the quiet reassurance of a bedtime routine, or perhaps the courage it takes to reach out for support without shame? Taking good care of yourself after 60 is not about flawless routines or chasing youth. It's about building a life that feels steady and meaningful, where your actions align with your values, and where every day carries a sense of purpose. It's about sending a clear message to your heart and to the world that your presence still matters deeply. Whether you've already been living these habits or today sparked a fresh beginning, remember this: it's never too late to care for yourself more gently and intentionally. You don't need to overhaul your life overnight. All it takes is choosing one small thing and beginning there: a walk, a journal entry, a better bedtime. One choice, repeated with love, can shift the direction of your entire path. Self-care isn't indulgent. It's one of the most generous things you can offer, not only to yourself, but to the people who love you. Because when you nourish your body, mind, and spirit, you become more available for connection, more grounded in joy, and more present in every shared moment. You also become a quiet example to others, your children, your grandchildren, your neighbors, showing them that aging can be beautiful, intentional, and full of vitality. In choosing to care for yourself, you aren't just living longer, you're living better, with more softness, strength, and wisdom. So today, I gently encourage you to take one of these ideas and let it shape your week. Make it a gift to yourself. Let it be your reminder that you're still growing, still becoming, still deserving of care. Thank you so much for spending this time with us. If you found this message helpful or inspiring, we would love for you to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who could use a little encouragement. Your support allows us to keep creating meaningful content for wonderful people like you. And as always, we look forward to seeing you again soon. Take care of yourself, you truly deserve it.